it all comes down to who do I think is the person that has the best chance at this? I'm going to be honest. It's Arman Tsarukyan. I think the Tsarukyan is a good match with the champion. He has his things that he does well. He's young. He's fast. If there was anybody that I looked at and said had the best chance of taking that title from Makhachev, it would be Tsarukyan. But there's also great contenders in Oliveira and Gaethje. You know, those guys have every right to get that shot too. But Tsarukyan is the one, his specific skill set and the way that he fights, I believe he presents the greatest challenge.
I will not be. Dave, can you pull up, when is UFC 300? It's March,
April
what, 20?
16th?
Is it April? Oh, it's April. Gotcha. Okay. It is April, huh?
Yeah, April 13th.
Yeah. April 13th. That's
13th?
still, I think that's still within the Ramadan. Islam will not be fighting in the Ramadan era there. But I mean, look, I think you're going to end up with Justin Gaethje and Islam fighting in March. I think Charles is going to end up fighting somebody else, probably an Arman Tsarukyan. And then I think, to be honest,
that would be a hell of a fight, though.
Yes, it would be.
Hell of a fight. Tsarukyan against Oliveira.
Yep.
I'd pay money for that.
I think that's what you're going to see. I think we go. What'd you say, Dave?
Do you think Islam's going to take over O'Malley on the 299 card?
Look, I believe that I do. I actually do. If he did, he would take it over. I think what they did was they saw that Sean O'Malley's pay-per-view numbers are not what they were supposed to be, or what they thought they were going to be. And they were what they were. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to maybe stack that card a little bit more. Because they know they can't use Islam. And Islam, I know, was looking at maybe fighting sometime in March, right before he heads into Ramadan. He wants to be a busy fighter. Whereas Habib was having a hard time getting fights because people were kind of like not wanting to fight him until he was the champ. Islam's like, look, I'm ready to fight, man. I'm ready to fight as much as I possibly can. I think he wants to get one more in before Ramadan, and I think he wants to see how the dust settles for Leon, and then he wants to, I think, fight Leon. That kind of sucks because that puts Tsarukyan right at that part where everyone's like, okay, does Islam fight Tsarukyan? Does he go up and fight Leon? I've always wanted to see Dustin and Islam because I look at what Dustin can do and how Dustin threatens areas. Like I said with Justin Gaethje, they threaten areas against Islam that I think could have some success. I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm saying that they could have some success, and they could test that chin. They could test the actual wrestling they're going to struggle with. I think both of them will struggle with, but Dustin's ability to get up is a lot better than Justin's ability to get up. Submission game, Dustin's the better jiu-jitsu guy. I look at this styles make matchups, and Justin and Dustin both on the feet could give him some problems. And it depends on his approach. He could get caught coming in. But I am interested in that Justin Gaethje fight. I'm not interested in watching more rematches. That happened, that happened a lot with Frankie Edgar in the Gray Maynard situation, happened with the Benson Henderson thing. Like, the 55-pound division seems to stall itself out because everyone is so good. The fights are so close, and you end up with these close matchups. It's like, oh, automatic rematch. Let's move on to the next guy. It's unfair. I don't want to say that because I know these fighters work so hard to get there. But when you come up short, you come up short. And I'd like to see Justin get that fight and maybe Arman fight either Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira. But I think it's going to be Charles Oliveira because I think they want to get Tsarukyan back up to that title shot as fast as they can. If he can get past Charles, that puts him right into that position of, I can't deny you anymore. In the meanwhile, Dustin Poirier is sitting on fucking Fantasy Island out there going, what the hell's going on?
He is kind of. He's sitting out there all by himself.
Yeah, it sucks for him.
Yeah. All right. Welterweight division, we got the champion in Leon Edwards. And I'm going to tell you, if I think the guy that's going to end up being champion there, it would be Shavkat Rakhmonov. He would be the guy that I would look at as the one to take that title and be, at the end of 2024, be the guy holding the gold.
Wow. That's, good call right there.
Okay, well, then beat it.
I'm not going to beat it, but I'm going to go with someone we've had on the podcast. I'm going to go with Sean Brady. I'm not saying per se he's going to win the title, but I think he's going to be up there in that title talk. I think he potentially will get a title shot. I want to see how they shape him up. I would love to see him and Gilbert Burns. But I do want to mention this. I don't know what's going on with Gilbert Burns. He wants to fight. He's itching to fight. He's telling people he wants. Fight. Who's he fighting next? I don't.
Who's Gilbert fighting, Dave? I saw he's got to fight.
Does he have a fight?
Yeah.
Why is he not getting closer to the title?
My Walmart Wi-Fi tonight.
Jeez, it is. It's really slow.
Wow.
Jack Della Maddalena. That's nothing. No disrespect to Jack Della Maddalena. That's a big step backwards for Gilbert. Gilbert's at number 3 or 4 right now. I think he's at 4. Where's Gilbert at on the rankings? I think he's at 4.
4 versus 11.
And I mean, that lets you know that he'll fight anyone anytime. I mean, he's.
Oh yeah.
And at 37 years old, I don't know what's going on, but this is not something. Is it like, hey, you do me a solid, now you're going to go ahead and get me up there? I don't know, man. At 37 years old, I want to see him get a title shot here soon. I mean, if he gets another win, pull up his record. What was his last fight? He got a win, I believe. Then he lost to Shavkat, not Shavkat, but Chimaev before that, correct? Oh, so he lost to Bilal. No. Sorry, my bad. He didn't get a win off of Bilal. Then he beat Masvidal, beat Magny. He lost to Chimaev. Okay. So I feel like he's in that mix right there. But I'm looking at Sean Brady. I'd like to see Sean Brady and Gilbert Burns. That'd be a great fight. But I think Sean Brady will be up in that top 3 or 4 by the end of 2024.
What about Bilal?
I mean, he's next in line for the title shot.
I know. Is he taking that title?
If you go back and watch the first fight,
which I have,
he was losing that fight.
Yes.
He was getting hit with the jabs. He was getting pieced up on the feet. He's already made it very clear he's going to go back out to, he's going to go to Dagestan and train with Habib and all those guys. And that fight, I believe, is where? Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. UFC 299?
299 is where?
Florida.
Florida, okay. John, I just feel like he has gotten so much better since that last fight. What is he on 11 fight win streak? Gotten better. Yeah, he's on 11 fight win streak. Bilal
so has Leon.
He has.
So it's like
the confidence is there. Honestly, John, this is a pick and fight for me. It really is. What do you think?
No, I think people put too much emphasis on that first fight because there's no doubt Leon was winning that fight, but it was the first round. Mm-hmm. Okay, and how many first rounds have you lost?
Almost my whole career.
All of them.
Almost my whole career.
That's it. All of them.
Yeah.
So, what does it mean? Well, it means that Leon was winning the first round, but things change and you make adjustments, and that's part of what that break between rounds is for. So I can talk to the coach and I can make the adjustment. All of a sudden, I come out in the next round. It's not quite the same fight, and I'm doing much better. So I look at it as Bilal has to go out there and fight with the confidence that we saw when he fought Sean Brady. That was a confident fighter. Yeah. When he fought Gilbert Burns, that was a confident fighter. He goes out and fights that way. He's got a good chance of taking that title.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then it's going to be a rough night. But if he has that confidence, and I think Bilal can have that confidence, he believes in himself. I think it's a good thing he's going out to train with Habib.
I think it is a good thing. They've got a bunch of top level guys out there that no one's ever heard of. I mean, and just kids, and they're younger kids that are just thriving and just wanting to learn more. And to have someone like Bilal step inside that gym and just share any type of knowledge that he can give them to get them to that next level, they're going to be soaking it up. I tell that story all the time about Umar. When he came in, he was 19 years old. I think he just turned 20, or he just was 19, about to turn 20. I was like, man, kid, stop asking me all these questions. Like, just train. He wanted to know in the middle of grappling, like, I have a question for you after. Okay. I'm like, look, we're grappling right now. I got you, buddy. I got you. He just wanted all the knowledge, and it shows. That's why he's as good as he is right now. And he's only going to get better as he gets older and as he matures and as he gets, stronger and all these things. So I'm looking forward to seeing the progression of how Bilal fights Leon in this fight versus the first time.
100% agree.